This was the last emperor of Ethiopia. His name is Haile Selassie. He is the man Rastafarians call Jah Rastafari, pronounced as Jah Ras Tafari. Haile Selassie was born Tafari Makonnen. When he became emperor, he took the name Haile Selassie. This was his throne name. He ruled Ethiopia from 1930 to 1974. During the scramble for Africa, Haile Selassie was the only African ruler who lost his country to European occupation and then regained full control of it within a short time. You see, Italy invaded Ethiopia under Mussolini's fascist regime in 1935. This forced Haile Selassie into exile. From abroad, he appealed to the international community for support against Italian aggression. In 1936, he delivered a famous speech to the League of Nations, warning the world about fascism and the danger of allowing aggression to go unchallenged. In 1941, British forces, together with Ethiopian patriots, defeated the Italians in East Africa and helped Haile Selassie return to Ethiopia to reclaim his throne. After his return, he ruled Ethiopia for another 30 years. Big heading. His birth and rise to power. Haile Selassie was born in 1892, only 2 years after Cecil John Rhodes had begun colonizing the lands that would later become Zimbabwe. He was born into one of Ethiopia's most powerful and respected ruling families. His ancestors had served as governors, warriors, and advisors to emperors for generations. His father, Ras Makonnen, was a prominent general and governor, as well as a close cousin and trusted advisor to Emperor Menelik II. Menelik II is the emperor who ruled Ethiopia from 1889 to 1913. He is the only African ruler who decisively defeated a European power and stopped the colonization of an existing African empire. This happened in 1896, when Italy tried to conquer Ethiopia for the first time. Emperor Menelik's army defeated the Italian forces. This victory is what caused Italy to sign the Treaty of Addis Ababa in October 1896, which officially recognized Ethiopia as an independent and sovereign nation. That treaty would matter again decades later during Selassie's reign, when Italy attacked Ethiopia for the second time in 1935, this time under Benito Mussolini. The world recognized the attack as clear aggression. Haile Selassie reminded the international community of the Treaty of Addis Ababa and used Ethiopia's long-recognized independence to call for global support. Anyway, let's get back to Selassie's rise. Emperor Menelik II died in 1913. His grandson, Ligi Iyasu, became ruler. However, Iyasu's actions caused serious political problems, and he was eventually removed from power. Following Iyasu's removal, Menelik II's daughter, Zewditu, was named empress. However, Ethiopia's traditional nobility and the Ethiopian Orthodox Church viewed it as inappropriate for a woman to rule alone. A male regent was needed. A regent is a person appointed to govern a state or kingdom temporarily on behalf of the actual monarch. Selassie was then appointed regent and heir to the throne. This made him the de facto ruler of Ethiopia. In 1930, after Zewditu's death, Selassie was crowned emperor at the age of 38. Big heading. Why he is worshipped as God. Many Ethiopian rulers, including Haile Selassie, claimed that they were the direct descendants of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. This story is told in a book called Kebra Nagast, Ethiopia's sacred book. It describes how King Solomon had a son with an African queen named Makeda, better known as the Queen of Sheba. According to this story, their son was named Menelik. He is said to have brought the Ark of the Covenant to Ethiopia and became king. This began the Solomonic dynasty in Ethiopia. Haile Selassie was seen as the 225th ruler in this long royal line. Big heading. Connection with Jamaica. In the 1930s, a new movement called Rastafari emerged among black Jamaicans who were suffering from poverty, racism, and colonial oppression. Years earlier, a leader named Marcus Garvey had told his followers, "Look to Africa, where a black king shall be crowned. He will be the Redeemer." When Haile Selassie was crowned emperor in 1930, many Rastafarians believed this prophecy had been fulfilled. His royal name, Haile Selassie, means power of the Trinity in Amharic, the official language of Ethiopia. Selassie's titles included King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and Conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. These titles come directly from the Book of Revelation in the Bible, which describes the returning Messiah. To early Rastafarians, all of this was clear proof. A black king from an ancient biblical bloodline had risen in Africa, just as promised. They believed Haile Selassie was God in human form. They saw Ethiopia as Zion, the true Holy Land, and Babylon as the oppressive Western world that kept black people enslaved and oppressed. On April 21, 1966, Haile Selassie visited Jamaica for the first time, an event Rastafarians celebrate as Groundation Day. Heavy rain soaked the massive crowd at Kingston's airport upon his arrival, but it stopped abruptly as he emerged, with the sun breaking through. Many Rastafarians saw this as a divine miracle, confirming his status as Jah, profoundly strengthening their faith. Whether this was coincidental or a real miracle, many Rastafarians saw this as a confirmation of his divinity. Even though Haile Selassie himself rejected claims of divinity and remained a faithful Ethiopian Orthodox Christian, the belief spread widely across the world through reggae music. However, not all Rastafarians share the same belief. The movement has no central authority, and different groups, known as mansions, interpret Haile Selassie differently. Some groups, such as the Nyabingi and Bobo Ashanti, regard him as Jah incarnate. Others, including the 12 Tribes of Israel, the group Bob Marley belonged to, honor him as a great prophet or divinely inspired king, but not literally God. Even after his death in 1975, these differences remained. Haile Selassie himself always denied being divine and said he was only a man serving God. During Haile Selassie's long rule, Ethiopia remained very poor. Many people suffered from hunger and famine, especially in the 1970s, when thousands died. At the same time, the emperor and his family lived in great luxury. This created deep anger and resentment among many Ethiopians. In 1974, a military revolution removed him from power. He was placed under house arrest. He died on August 27, 1975. The official explanation was natural causes following surgery. However, later evidence strongly suggested that he was assassinated, most likely strangled by members of the new military government known as the Dirge.